Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the endocrine gland, that is the pancreas. Pancreas is also an endocrine gland. So we are studying about the endocrine glands, in which this is the seventh one. Pancreas is a endocrine gland. It produces the chemical messengers called as the hormones. These hormones, they work on the different glands and they initiate the secretions of the different glands or the different organs also. So pancreas is both endocrine organ and an exocrine organ. The exocrine portion of the pancreas secretes digestive enzymes and passed through bile duct. So the pancreas is called as, it is an endocrine as well as the exocrine organ. Exocrine means the digestive juices or the digestive enzymes secreted by the pancreas, and the endocrine are the ductless glands which produce the hormones which are directly poured into the blood. So the pancreas is endocrine as well as exocrine organ. The endocrine portion of the pancreas secretes hormones which are directly poured into the bloodstream. It is leaf-like in structure. This is the pancreas, which is the leaf-like structure or fish-like structure. It is a fish-like structure with the head, body and tail. This is head, body and this is tail. So the pancreas is divided into three portions: the head, the body and the tail. The head lies in the loop of duodenum of digestive tract. The body lies posterior to the stomach, then between tail and the head, and the tail lies near the helium of spleen. Spleen will be here, and this is the helium of the spleen. So this is the tail region which is near the spleen. This is the body region posterior to the stomach, and the head region which is present in the coil of duodenum. In the coil of duodenum, the head is present. So three portions are there: head, body and tail. The head lies in the coil of the intestine, that is the duodenum, and the body lies below the stomach, and the tail lies near the helium of the spleen. The common bile duct passes through the head of pancreas to join the main duct near duodenum. This passes through the head and joins to the duodenum. At ampullae of vertex, this is ampulla of vertex where it joins, where the main pancreatic duct enters the duodenum. So the pancreatic duct and the bile duct, they both together form a common duct and open at ampullae vertex. Then pancreas is supplied by branches of splenic and branches of superior and inferior pancreatic duodenal arteries. It is supplied with the splenic branches and the superior and inferior pancreatico-duodenal arteries. Coming to the histology, pancreas is divided into many lobes. It is divided into many lobes. Here, the pancreas, when you take the section of the pancreas, you can see the lobes, which each lobe is made up of number of pancreatic acini. These are the pancreatic acini. Pancreatic acini. In the cross section, numerous blood vessels and ducts can be seen. The ducts are lined by cuboidal epithelial cells. So, the blood vessels and the ducts are also seen when we take the cross section of the pancreas. The ducts are lined by the cuboidal epithelial cells. Now, next point, pancreatic acini form the exocrine part of the gland. This pancreas here, the acini, they form the exocrine portion of the gland and secrete the digestive juices, that is the enzymes, into the pancreatic duct. So these acini, they produce the enzymes which are conveyed by the ducts to the duodenum. So this portion is exocrine, means the acini are the exocrine portion of the pancreas, means they secrete the digestive enzymes which are very important for the digestion of the food. So they secrete the digestive juices. The acini are lined by columnar or polyhedral epithelial cells. These are polyhedral or columnar epithelial cells which contain inner granular zone and outer clear zone. Inner granular zone and outer clear zone. Granular and clear zones are present with the nucleus here. That is the nucleus. Nucleus is also there here. Now, these acini are lined by columnar polygonal epithelial cells which contain inner granular zone and outer clear zone. In between the acini, there are group of specialized epithelial cells are present called as islets of Langerhans. So, these islets of Langerhans are the part of the endocrine system. In between the acini, there we find the islets of Langerhans. The scientist Langerhans found out these islets. ದ್ವೀಪಗಳ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವು ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗರ್ಹ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಎಂಬ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ islets of Langerhans, which are endocrine portion of the pancreas. So, specialized epithelial cells are present called as islets of Langerhans, which produce the endocrine hormones directly poured into the bloodstream. The islets of Langerhans contain three types of cells: A cells or alpha cells or A cells, beta cells or B cells, and delta cells or D cells. So delta cells are also present here, which are also called as the D cells. So the A cells secrete glucagon hormone, beta cells secrete insulin hormone, D cells secrete somatotrophin hormone. The islets of Langerhans are numerous in the tail and tail of the pancreas. These islets are more here in the tail region. In the tail region, the islets are more in number, and the A cells produce glucagon hormone, B cells produce insulin hormone, and the D cells produce somatotrophin hormone. Glucagon hormones have major effect on glucose metabolism. They help in breakdown of glycogen in liver, that is the glycogenolysis. So breakdown of glycogen is called glycogenolysis, and this hormone glucagon have major effects on glucose metabolism. It also increases glucogenesis, resulting in a decreased uptake of glucose. Hence, it is hyperglycemic hormone. It is a hyperglycemic hormone. Glucagon is a hyperglycemic hormone. Now coming to the insulin, it is also concerned with carbohydrate metabolism like glucagon, but its action is opposite to glucagon. Insulin works opposite to glucagon. Insulin controls carbohydrate metabolism and allows the liver and muscles to store and use glucose. This controls carbohydrate metabolism and allows the liver and muscles to store the glucose. Whenever it is necessary, it is used. It increases rapid uptake, storage and the use of glucose by almost all tissues of the body. Insulin regulates the normal glucose level in the blood and promotes the conversion of glucose into glycagon. Insulin is a protein hormone with polypeptide chain of 51 amino acids. There are two chains A and B which are linked together by disulfide bridges. Insulin is nothing but a polypeptide of 19 amino acids, a chain of 19 amino acids, 51 amino acids, and these two chains, A and B chains, are linked by disulfide bridges. Somatotrophin, the last one is the somatotrophin. Three hormones are there, glucagon, insulin and somatotrophin, which is secreted by delta cells. So the delta cells here, they secrete the somatotrophin hormone, which inhibits the secretion of both glucagon and insulin hormones. This is a very important hormone which inhibits, which controls the secretion of glucagon and insulin. Glucagon and insulin. Now, pancreas secretes three hormones. The first one is glucagon. Second one is insulin. And the third one is somatotrophin. Somatotrophin. Glucagon is by alpha cells. This is by beta cells. This is by D cells of islets of Langerhans. So, the islets of Langerhans contain alpha cells which secrete the glucagon. They also contain the beta cells which secrete the insulin. They also contain the D cells which secrete the somatotrophin. This glucagon has a major effect on the glucose metabolism, and this will also have the glycogenesis and carbohydrate metabolism. But this is opposite to the glucagon, and the somatotrophin hormone controls the release or inhibits the glucagon and insulin hormones. So this is about the hormones of the pancreas, which are very important. And the pancreas is nothing but it is the exocrine and endocrine gland, both exocrine and endocrine gland. The exocrine part, that is the acini, pancreatic acini, they produce the digestive enzymes and pour into the duodenum, whereas the islets of Langerhans produce three hormones. They are glucagon, insulin and somatotrophin. So these are the three hormones produced by the pancreas, which is a very important organ, leaf-like structure or the fish-like structure present in between the coil of the duodenum. In between the coil of duodenum, it has three parts: head, body and tail. The head lies in the coil, body lies below the stomach, and the tail lies near the hilum of the spleen. Now, this is the one endocrine gland, that is the pancreas, which has two functions, exocrine as well as endocrine. Exocrine portion is done by the acinine, and the endocrine portion is carried out by the islets of Langerhans, which contain three types of cells. There are three types of cells present in the islets of Langerhans. So this is all about the pancreas. Tomorrow we will study the next endocrine gland. Thank you very much.